Ladies and gentlemen, you tapped in with the big boss. And obviously, I've come to the conclusion. I haven't come to the conclusion. I know that this had to happen, and it had to happen because, regardless of what's happening in life, you're supposed to keep control of what's going on. However, it's easier said than done. It is easier said than done. So obviously this year, 2021, has been absolutely terrible. Maybe up there with the top three worst of my life. 2021, 2019, 2017, systematical reasons. Anywho, it comes to the conclusion that obviously I just have to take a sit back and analyze and apologize to my supporters, my crowd, people who've been following this journey from day A1, you get it, that have been on this from a long period of time. And what a lot of this was a lot of misunderstanding. However, because there was something that I really wanted to focus on, which was getting justice for my daughter, because obviously still to this day, I don't know why she passed away. That's just one of those things I have to swallow and sweep under the carpet, no matter how hard that is. I'm just gonna have to take that one in the chin, no matter the situation. It's not for me to act the same way for the people who did me dirty, because at the end of the day, if I'm acting like them, what does that make me? It makes me exactly like them. However, when I looked at the circumstances and the heartbreak and the turmoil, I didn't mind being them for a month or two or three. However, I didn't know the chaos that was going to create around the circumstances with relationships in each department, family, friends, in-house, etc., etc. Now, obviously, it wasn't for me to feel like I was disrespecting any of the guys and what this, that. It was just obviously the facts of what's happening behind the scenes and whatever this, that. And I know that there's a code of moving in silence and knowing how to move. And it is something I know how to do. And that's why I'm saying it may be a disappointment, because where I come from, that's how we're moving it. We move in silence. So it's like, because I've looked at it in a whole and I've sat back and I've looked at the people that I've fell out with this, that, and indirectly I'll talk about the situations, like the guy that I pay homage to every other day, his mum. Like, that's a tough situation, because I feel, oh no, I'm not disrespecting or what this, that, but at the end of the day, doesn't want her son to be drawn with negativity. I'm gonna take a seat back and just understand that. I was on go mode because I seen someone mention my daughter, and I was like, I don't care, like, it's up there now, like, it's forever with this. However, it's, on my end, it's not hate, because if I'm representing Broski, you can't really have that kind of angle, you get it? And then it's like your best friend, also a brother, I want this, that. You and him not seeing eye to eye. You used to go Mackey's 3 a.m. in the morning, whatever this, that. Should be heartbreaking, and I'm just like, oh, I expect it now. So come, get the smoke. I expect us to fall out. I expect you not to see my POV in it, but obviously it can't when I'm just spiraling out of control, talking gibberish like Tasmanian devil. Some of my cousins say my outburst, Tasmanian devils, can see why. But yeah, regardless, innit, I should have been able to hold it down, but as I said, the truth is I wasn't strongly sharing it. Like, I was on the ropes and I got knocked out. And obviously, with that being said, from obviously Sunday, so we're starting off with the Monday, I am taking a social break. You get it? Starts, yeah. And what I wanted like to say is thank you to the people that have been supportive and understanding, and just generally try to calm me down and just say, focus on what you used to be on and what this, that, because that was positive. Or this negative and common stuff, like, you don't really want that to come back to you. Like, not knowing that at the end of the day, that death took me out in it. Like, it's like, you guys stop being selfish. At the end of the day, don't worry about me. I don't have no fear because when it's my time to pass and go, I've got something to look forward to in it because life and energy, it always lives on. And it's sad like that, but I shouldn't have dragged everybody else in my downfall because I felt like that. I felt like Tupac 96 in it. All Eyes on Me, Biggie Smalls, Ready to Die, all Geminis by the way, Donald Trump, Cold Up Black. It's like these are the traits we have. It's like not two-faced. It's one side and another side. It's personas in it, and it's like we showed that because deep down we're kind people in it, and obviously we don't want to look like idiots or dickheads and stuff like that. And sometimes it's always seems to be when you get taken advantage of when you're so kind, so giving, and everything else. And obviously, my overall heartbreak was me falling out with my father, with obviously my sister just saying, if you don't stop your BS and all this, I'll come over there and separate you two and all this, that. That hurts because at the end of the day, he's been away for 2 years because he was supporting his mother and my nan. And we probably needed each other more than anything this year because he lost his mother, I lost my daughter. So we should have just, because we are still alive. So that's why I said I took a seat back and said, you know what, at the end of the day, I apologize to that man because at the end of the day, you're going through your heartbreak too. You're going through your own personal heartbreak. And mine, I've never experienced everything all falling, crashing down at one. And I can admit, the big boss can admit that I was weak, that I'm going to admit that, yeah, my mental health wasn't the best because obviously if it was, then I wouldn't react. If you react, you're just going to create more fire, add fire to the fuel. And yeah, just generally lost, confused, in fear, scared, you know. And I'm not, what's it called? I am not afraid to admit that. And it's made me lose a sense of myself, have fights with people I shouldn't be fighting with, arguing and verbally abusive and everything else, that's not the man that I would like to be, even though I have that in my locker, because at the end of the day, not everybody deserves that. But it was like everybody was turning their back on me. All the things, the community events and everything else. In July, I was putting on multiple events and all this, that. And again, like there's some people in this that were there to the very end and was sad about my departure. And that meant a lot to me. So it's like I took a seat back and I was like, you know what? I am going to have to one day put this right and make it right on my end where I just want to be able to say, I apologize wholeheartedly to my family because we're not public social media neeks. Jay free to, because obviously what's with us is in-house and we can get from anything in it. Highgate, because at the end of the day, I had a falling out with some members and then I took it out on the whole block. My father and my mother, because obviously this is not the type of person you've raised me to have manners, respect, loyalty, and be humble. And obviously, life humbled me this year, and I couldn't accept that. I couldn't accept it. But yeah, it's a new era, because we're stepping into a new year, a new time frame to build, and what's in the past. Some people won't forget it, but at the end of the day, your future you can always build. And for me, because I felt like I've lost the sense of my career, and because I haven't been able to understand it on how to move, and damage your brand because of all this negative behavior, so you can't really get support with what you're doing right now, because obviously you can't really believe that persona, can you? And of course, obviously, regardless of how I feel, I've got to be the bigger man. I didn't want to drag my daughter's name under the mud and what this, that, and it's just generally been disgraceful because shouldn't have been unable to acknowledge the situation like that when there's a man like Ashley Keynes, we got Ashley Keynes, that represents his daughter well, proper and proud. So yeah, I've got to do a lot of making up, rethinking, a lot of self-isolation, and becoming the better version of who I was supposed to become. And as I said, I'm thankful for people, because there's people like Alison Cope, Zoe Pope, Big Boss Mai, AK, my cuz, Big Boss Liggs, that's what I call him, Mills, my cousin JR, Nick, my cousin Mari, Lauren, Ashley, Irie, over Irie, Wayne Irie. I apologise to Aisha. I do apologise to Aisha. Apologise to Joey. I apologise to my father. My boy Fred, he's been supportive, but as I say, I apologise because at one time we almost had a falling out, but he stuck through thin and thin. My nanny Clarks, my first cousins, there's Marcel, there's Tyrone, there's Elia, there's Janae, Marty Janet, Marty Sharon. Shout out Birmingham Says No, shout out Wallars, shout out to Mr. Shrimps, shout out to Imora's Kitchen, shout out to Clean Stamps, Ship Shack, Simi Stacks, 93G, RG Tech, Snipes. Bro, if I was to shout people, it would be all day long. OG Nicky, Trappy, Ashan Cam, my boy Riri, Keys, Squeeze, Natty. Fam, there'll be a lot, because at the end of the day, these people did really support me. Obviously, it just got a lot to support the bullshit. But yeah, it's just that, and I come to terms with, I just need to put that in together, and that's not me. I ain't no gangster, I ain't no Tony Montana, no Julie artist or whatever this that. So just get back to focus on who you were and who you want to be. I like being happy, I like putting on community days, it brings a smile to my face. Destruction, misery, and whatever this that made me fall out with my friends, my family, relationship. And sometimes it's like, because all these people are just telling you you're creating problems for them which they don't need. So shout out my cousin the stick as well. There's my cousin Tyron, Kyan, Kalisha. And yeah, I'm name dropping for real, because this is actually from the heart, genuine. And obviously with my falling as well, I apologize to you guys, because this wasn't for us. This is not guys didn't show me the negative way. I built my brands off of the positivity, of bringing people together through love, of lunchtime kitchen. Everybody can eat in these streets. That was always the motto. So yeah, starting in a new year, it's not no new year, new me. It's just that I'm ready to kind of find my inner peace, take a step back, stop being in the face and being an annoyance and being persistent. Get it? And as I say, I've embarrassed some of my crowd because I don't move like that. I don't move like that. You can call this 15 minutes of pain, because we're hitting 14 now, and this is the last minute. So yeah, man. Birmingham City is my hometown, and it's good, there's bad. Remain in balance. And I did create a platform called Birmingham Based TV. Shout out my sister, TT, one of the best hairdressers from Birmingham City. Shout out Shanice as well, because obviously she does hairdressing as well. She's also very good. You get it? Shout out Charlie Reed Deluxe as well, because also hairdresser, and she's also up there. Daddy homemade cakes, best, top 10. So obviously I salute my city in the best way, and I gotta detach myself, because I got to open my emotions and what this that. I hope that some people just take this in really, really, really deep it, and know that obviously this is a separation point in it. And obviously I know that to get better, to be the best version of me, I gotta say goodbye to my city. For good. So yeah, stay safe, move smooth, and as I say, like, obviously, long live the guys, Spinner, Baby J, Dex, Demi, Shanice, my nanny Clark, my nanny Belle, my daughter, there's Ashanti, again, there's a row of names, Dwayne, my cousin Darius. It's been a lot, but everybody's felt this in it, not just me. I was just a big baby. But guys, no matter how much the last couple of months have been and why this day, it's because I loved hard and then I hated hard at the same time. It wasn't the way to move, and I sincerely apologize. Sincerely. One love.